and welcome here, and Chronotopia Second Skin continues. Thursday? First day of actual work was interesting. And also we definitely learned what's happening in this kingdom. A little bit at least. Regarding the nun and her little story why she's alone and so on. Quite interesting. I kinda want to listen to people in the castle more. Maybe there is more. I'm gonna repeat the word interesting events happening around. I still wonder if I missed any of those. Funky boys. The next day, Kionna led her geese to pasture as she did every morning. Sitting in the emerald green ocean, splattered with the splattered with rustling of the blades of grass flying in the wind, she felt at peace. It was probably the most peaceful part of her long day, the most pleasant one. She just had to watch the horizon under the tepid rays of the rising sun. Once again, her thoughts took a walk in the fields. The breeze that was caressing the hill reminded her of the sound of the waves, reminded her of that day. A hallucination abruptly tainted her field of vision, a face distorted by tears, distorted by hostility. Liar! Kionna shuddered. Even if she appreciated a brief moment of quietness granted her every morning, she had to admit that she never truly had peace of mind. The country air continuously reminded her of Fleur, and with her that fateful day when everything had changed. Why does this image haunt me so much? And why did she do that? Will I ever find the answer? Why? She told you why, to be fair. Wait, I feel like I should observe the screen for a second. Maybe. Or no. Am I missing something? As the princess was sighing with a bitter look, another flash came to her mind. A vision of the same day, the same face, the few seconds that had led up to her fall into the river. This time the young farmer was disfigured by grief and guilt. She was painfully articulating in a husky breath. I'm so sorry, Kionna! The herald shuddered again, shocked. She might have said that. She had perceived those few seconds, but she had not been able to extract their meaning, for she had been thrown to the water at that very moment. Flushy, she did not want to harm me. Yeah? Again, it was the parents who threw you, to be fair. So who knows? Did she see no other possibility than sacrificing me to survive? She was that desperate. Yeah. I guess in her case, it was the point of survival, yeah. You technically did not have the survival part at all if you stayed in the castle. Even if it was going to be absolutely ridiculous what was going to happen, but... yeah. Anyway. Kionna looked up towards the sky, frozen in a contemplative posture. Fleur, I still do not understand what pushed you into acting that way, but I believe I can start forgiving you now. Regardless of the young Moor's inclinations, maybe she could not allow herself to let them influence her future. She had focused on her goal and her goal only. Which a certain someone will not allow to happen. In theory, at least, her mind was clouded by all sorts of hopes and worries. It was almost impossible for her to get rid of them. If she managed to get Flo out her mind, Nahima would take her place.
I wish I could know what has become of Nahima. She must be wasting away, alone in my father's gloomy and bleak castle.
I mean, to be fair, I think you could just summon Medea, and ask her if she could give you some information. You could ask Medea to deliver some message from you as well. I mean, I would not be surprised if that was an option. But, well, anyway.
I hope I'll be able to send her a letter soon to tell her that I'm fine.
It was already time to bring back the geese. Thus, the princess got back on her feet and dusted herself.
As soon as Griselda will have agreed to marry me, I will ask her to come by my side. Hold on, Nahima, we are almost there.
Who knows, maybe Nahima decided to do already what she did when you were in the coffin. If you know, you know. Once the goggle had been brought back inside the castle. Also, I mean, I would say maybe something else happened, like Nahima being thrown into prison. Considering, because if you think about it, who else is most likely, or more like who in general is most likely to help the princess to escape the castle? If you think about it, it's Nahima. I mean, I feel like hardly anyone would believe that princess would manage to escape on her own only, kind of thing. Even for, well, in this timeline, obviously it is possible now, given that she knows the route and so on. Anyway, once the goggle had been brought back inside the castle and her noon snack had been gobbled, the princess set off in order to carry out the task she had committed to do the night before, during the servants' gathering. Huh? Indeed, she had chosen. Oh, I wonder what she had chosen. Okay, if this is a hint, which I think it is, we are going to the kitchen. The Harris had decided to go back to the kitchen to assist Berfie. Following the success of her Parmesan crust soup, she wished to practice on more refined dishes and thought that this learning process would be relatively quick. You wish? That is why she pressed her benefactress to teach her how to bake a cake. Baking. Okay, baking is something I don't do.
A cake? You mean a bacon pie?
Yeah?
Or a cheese pie? I would like to try to create an entremets, some kind of dessert. In that case, I'll advise you to go at apple fritters, compote, or crepes. Does the prince have a preference? He loves to eat thick crepes. Crepes would be done.
Berfie shrugged. She not quite grasped her prodigy's sudden passion for entertainment, but so no reason why she should decline her request. Kionna rejoiced as she had obviously something in the back of her mind. Since she was plagued with bad luck, she had to provoke. I would say you are plagued with very good luck overall. She had to provoke an encounter with Lord Griselda herself in hopes of speaking to him. In fact, that luck is too high, if you think about it. Like, if you think about it, that family in the farm immediately basically accepted her to their household. They didn't have to. I mean, I would definitely not allow a stranger into my house, personally, just saying. Not a chance. And on the second, let's say on the second life, third technically, you literally on the first day run into someone who works in the castle. Like, No, you don't have bad luck. You're lucky as heck. Anyway, oh, new file has been added to the archives. It's been a moment. I want to... Donkey... Oh, we skipped another one somehow. Donkey Skin Part 4. By a happy coincidence, the king's son happens to regularly visit a tenant farm, where Donkey Skin is working on his return from hunting trips. One day he ventures to the barnyard next to the room and out of curiosity peeks through the keyhole. That is when he sees her adorned in a dress, the color of the sun succumbs to her charm. What? Okay, so I think that's about to happen. The prince only thinks about this mysterious stranger and questions other farmers about her. They say that she's the ugliest and dirtiest scullery maid they have ever seen. As he cannot believe such a description, the prince languishes and is no longer in the mood for anything. Worried his mother, the queen promises to do everything he shall wish for in the hope of comforting him. Right. So the prince requests that Donkey Skin prepare him a cake. Okay. But the young girl drops one of her rings in the butter, and the king's son does not fail to find it upon eating the cake. All the maidens in the area are then invited to try on the ring in order to marry him, but none of them have a finger slender enough. When Donkey Skin turn comes, it fits her perfectly and she reveals her true identity to everyone's surprise. The wedding is immediately celebrated and the prince's father, suddenly cured from his incestuous urges, is even invited. Cured. Right. In the prose version, the rings fall during the cake's preparation is purely accidental, whereas it is highly implied that in the original that was intentional on Helen's part. And I bet that would be the case for Chronotopia here if she plans to do that. Even before the prince chokes. After much thought, she had recalled an old tale and had hatched a plan. She was going to conceal one of the rings in her possession, a cake and the prince especially liked. Thus he would find the ring while enjoying his dessert, which would not fail to intrigue him. He would then fetch the cooks responsible for the dish to question them, and the young woman would finally be able to reveal her identity. What a stupid idea, but... Yet, yes, that was a flawless plan. That was a very flawed plan. Should only need to wait for Berfi to look elsewhere to drop her in the middle of a crepe and it would inflate enough to hide its treasure. Overexcited, Kionna is set to prepare her dough under the watchful eyes of the mentor.
Take some flour and humidify it with the egg whites and egg yolks. Then stir it with water, add a pinch of salt, a little white wine, and whisk it all alive. Yes, madame.
Please, pay attention to her.
Now the hard part. Let's put butter in the frying pan and make it melt. You'll have to add a ladle of dough in the middle of the pan and let it run until it takes the shape of a perfect disc. Then you will have to take the crepe out without damaging it.
Wait, am I stupid? Yes, I am, by the way, but isn't crepe something that you would not be able to hide a freaking ring in? Yeah, they are thin as heck in the end. Dude, there is no way you can hide a freaking ring into that. You would immediately spot it. No way this is going to succeed.
Let's put butter in the frying pan and make it melt. Okay.
You know what? Now I think about it, I think I know. Second episode. I know what I want to eat today.
And make it melt. You'll have to add a ladle of dough in the middle of the pan. Let it run till it takes the shape of a perfect disc. Then you'll have to take the crepe out without damaging it.
The young Moor's euphoria. Oh. Dude, if you know the world of anime or visual novels, you know this word is like Something you don't want to hear. That is something we haven't played, obviously. But I actually haven't played it, but I have seen it. Just don't. Faded away as she was cooking her entremets. Despite her best effort, she could not obtain a round shape. I mean, I guess it is kind of tough in the beginning when you try. The crepes were dripping everywhere. Were too big or too small, too thin or too thick. And even ended up torn up or burnt when Kionna would try to take them out of the pan. Sympathizing with her dismay, Berfi patted her shoulder.
I'm sorry, Donkey Skin, but I can't give the food you made to the prince. Chef, it's my duty to bring him dishes of the highest quality. You wouldn't tolerate if I were to present him flawed crepes. Have I made all those efforts for naught then? Of course not. For a start, we're going to bring the plate to the common room so that servants can serve themselves. I'm sure they will be grateful. That is not quite what I was hoping for. I understand your disappointment, but what's done is done. Where did I go wrong? I followed all of your instructions to the letter.
Comes with experience.
I think you must have incorrectly measured your ingredients, furry little animal. This kind of recipe requires great precision, and dough of lesser quality can cause problems during the cooking step.
Yep, pretty much. When you flip it, for example.
Is that my only mistake? Unfortunately, I think that you've also had trouble matching the intensity of the flames.
Full power! Anyway, that's pretty much my cooking. Full power. Let's go.
Besides, it's only your first time, so it was obvious that you would need several attempts to get the hang of it. You learn from your mistakes. Practice makes perfect.
True. You can tell that everything has been kind of served to her. What's the saying? On a golden plate? Or silver plate? On a silver plate, right? I think that's the saying. Like, if something like that, like, breaks her already. Hilarious. Although she did appreciate Berfi's attempt at making her a bit better, Kionna was not really in the mood to listen. She slipped away from the kitchens like a thief, sickened by her defeat. I mean, I find this hilarious. Outside, the sun was already starting to set. Along the castle's large and empty corridors, the young woman ragingly kicked a stone which had meant to be there. The stone flew to the garden and hit the prince in the head. Prince died. Kionna was then dropped into the... what would you call it? A dungeon? Let's go! Hilarious ending.
I have been too naive. My plan would have never worked that way. My guest could have come across the drink if my crepes had been served.
Yeah. I mean, I told you it's completely flowed. Flawless plan. She stopped against a pillar and sighed.
I should quit cooking.
Ha! You wish! I'm gonna drop you to the kitchen every single time now. Dude, imagine... should I say it for? Imagine... I should. Why not? Imagine quitting after one attempt. When it comes to cooking. Kinda ridiculous in my opinion. With a heavy heart, she returned to the common room. Or so she thought. Kitchen. Oh, wait, I can't go. I can't go to the hallways now? Kionna, you wish you went to the common room. You are going back to the kitchen. Let's go. I don't care. You're going to fight. That's freaking my decision. Go and freaking work on your crepes. The young woman spared a little thought of Berfi, who still had to work hard to prepare dinner for that the other occupants of the castle would eat in a mouthful. Still having the strength for that, Kionna decided to offer her support to her benefactress. No. She was forced by power, by some external power. Yes. That's just me. When she entered the kitchens, that I wonder, next time we probably will not be able to go to the kitchen, right? Then. When she entered, the kitchens were evidently boiling. Also, it's pretty loud here. Noticing Berthy, who was shouting a few steps away, she snuck up to the cook.
May I help you? For a little animal, do you expect to see again so soon? Is this not your hour break? I could use my spare time differently, but I do not want to abandon you during such a crucial time in the service. Oh, how nice of you. I'm not going to die that I badly need your help. The fellas dishes are prepared to be delivered to the Lord, but we are missing an important step. Which one? The presentation. I'm going to give you a simple order. Look at how they display the plates and do this.
Oh boy. Okay, that is something you would not want me to do.
Between the two of us, we should become much faster.
Donkey Skin complied. In a matter of minutes, the courses were parading before her eyes, and she hurried to plate them up to make them as elegant as possible before valets took them away. If there was no difficulty with the task itself in a peaceful atmosphere, haste hindered an attempt to be meticulous. Consequently, she needed to reach the best compromise possible in mere seconds. Can you girls stop dancing like that? The two women work relentlessly to reach that compromise while they... I mean, to be fair, it's good that they are dancing like that right now. At least it's showing they're working, in a way. The two women work relentlessly to reach that compromise while the retainers took hold of the full soup plates and covered them with empty ones that had been turned upside down to form spheres. Then they placed the recreations above each other and wrapped them in a napkin. And now I wonder... how much Renpai allows overall. Dude, that's kind of dangerous, because lately I've been super interested when we play games in like, when it comes to Renpai at least, in the engine itself, and I don't want to learn it. But at the same time I'm interested. Oh, that's dangerous. But basically what I'm getting at is, I'm super curious, like, how far could you go with animating stuff here? Now that I think about it, I wonder what... because I don't really remember what, for example... what were the games that were kind of more 3D in a way? I feel like Nenkompara was kind of animated more, right? Yeah, it was. I wonder what was the engine in that, because I don't remember. I might need to check out later. Basically what I'm getting at is, what would be nice is, like, aside from them like flipping side to side, would be to some arm movement and so on. Then again, maybe not doable in Renpai? I don't know. I'm super curious for. I will think about it. I will actually think about diving into that. And maybe learning a little bit. Even though I don't know what use I would have for that. Then again, I mean, I freaking got a license for flying drones, and I don't have a drone. So yeah. Anyway. Thanks to this technique, valets could go across the narrow staircases and huge hallways at top speed without the risk of spilling the precious dishes. Okay. Once the first service was done, they still had to tackle the next one, and so on and so forth until the very last one. To the extent that Kionna finished her labor drenching in sweat. You know what? At least back in the day, in the kitchen, yeah, I'm not surprised. I bet it's hot over there. Is there no music now, by the way? Oh, there it is. Finally, the agitation died away as the night was proceeding. All the cooks gathered for a well-deserved meal before scattering one by one.
Thank you, Scan. It's rather embarrassing, but could you do me one last favor? What kind of favor, Barfy? I think I'm going to have to deal with the dishwashing before going to sleep and I'm worn out. Would you help me?
Ooh, yo, we haven't been here. Also, that table looks fancy. That's an entire peak over there. What the heck? Which also reminds me. For those who don't know, I guess. Now that I think about it. In the previous work, where I also helped with, I guess, running YouTubes for a company. And there was one channel which was gastronomy-wise channel, basically. Even though basically it was to promote the products. But still, we did have the entire peak being grilled. I haven't been there, so I haven't tried it for. So yeah, would totally try for. Not gonna. Anywho, overall for fancy area. Also, I love the. I mean, maybe not love, but I like the idea on the picture on the right side. This one is kind of epic for sure. From the battle, let's go. Also, dude, those freaking paintings are humongous. The young woman could not refuse and followed her mentor to the banquet hall. The last plates had been gathered and laid next to the basins that were also used by the guests to wash their hands. However, there was no trace of the servants who were supposed to be tasked with their cleaning. Oh boy.
That's exactly what I thought. Those rascals have done the dishes throughout the meal to ensure that there would be enough plates, but they left their posts right after the dessert. Luckily, there is not much left to do, but I will let those rascals know what I think of such behavior.
Oh boy. She said she's tired, but right now, bursting with energy. While mumbling, the cook grasped a piece of soap and started washing the remaining dishes with the help of Kionna, who was dying to lie down in her bed after so much effort. Crazy thing, I actually don't mind doing dishes. No, I find it relaxing, I don't know why. A third voice broke the silence.
By the way, I didn't even have time to thank you. You really helped me out of the jam tonight, Donkey Skin. Do not mention it. I feel a bit guilty about resting when I see how hard you're working. You're quite obliging. Sounds like me at the same age, eh?
Berfy abruptly stopped rubbing glass and stared her protege in the eye with an absolutely serious look.
You know, it will likely sound excessive, but I consider you as my own sister.
She's been there like, what, 3 days? Come on!
I did not know what to say. We have known each other for such a short time. That's true, but I really care about you. Just like I care about many of the girls here. When you're going through a rough patch, you need to confide in someone, right? For instance, a laundry woman came to me once because she had lost her family and was feeling overwhelmed. I did my best to support her.
Have we not heard that story before?
What I'm trying to say is that if you're going through hard times, I'll always be here for you.
What a great woman she is. The prince was both moved and impressed by the selflessness and the kindness Berfy showed her. And if she could only admire her actions, she was just as scared by the huge sacrifices she was making for other people at all the times. It seemed so noble. So exhausting, so heavy to carry. In her eyes, this woman was akin to a saint. Yeah. But more than anything, she reminded me her of Nahima. What? And she was not yet ready to face what that revelation implied. What do you mean? Huh? Plus belle coiffure! Next day tomorrow. We are in the... Yeah. Now that I think about it, this is the usual way I approach VNs, am I not? Next day starts. That will be the next episode. Unless in most times, unless we are under half an hour, then I will continue. But we are over half an hour. That's the next day, so let's end it here and we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see where this is going. I'm curious if once again we'll be sort of robbed of one activity in supposed 1 hour where we can relax, or more like when Kionna can relax. Yeah, we'll see. Anywho, I do hope she's slowly changing for the better. It would be a problem if once again the situation would arise and she was, you know, again bent on you know, still being a typical noble. I hope she's changing. We'll see for. But not today, as I mentioned. As per usual, the little, you know, line which I don't like saying, but I'll say it anyway. Consider liking, subscribing. Always. Now I ended the line. I don't like saying. It's always obviously also appreciated. The game is in the description. The link to it. You can get it on Steam. And itch.io if you are into that. For I linked only one, as far as I remember. That's it, pretty much. That's pretty. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow too. Bye bye.